Street Finance, Episode 3, How We Learn About Money. There's one thing all of us have in common. Everybody wants to improve their life. Some want peace. Some want freedom. But most, they just want to stop stressing about money. You've probably heard this before. Money is the root of all evil. I disagree. The lack of money, that's the real evil. Because when you're broke, you start doing things you never thought you would. You start compromising your peace, your morals, even your identity. They also say, money doesn't solve all your problems. Maybe not all, but money can solve 95% of them. Rent, food, medicine, gas, time. After oxygen and water, money is next. It's energy, it's freedom, it's control. And that's why today, we're breaking down how we actually learn about money. Not from textbooks, not from teachers, but from life itself. The lessons we never learn. They teach us in school what money looks like. They tell us a dime is worth 10 cents. A dollar has a president on it. But they never tell us how to get it or how to keep it. The truth is, most of us learn about money from our parents. If your parents were savers, you probably learned to save. If they lived paycheck to paycheck, you probably thought that was normal. If they were hustlers, you caught that hustle too, whether good or bad. In traditional society, the formula goes like this: go to school, get good grades, find a job, work 40 years, retire at 65. That's the plan. But who came up with that plan? Who said that's the only way to live? People accept it without question. Then they end up trapped in jobs they hate, working just enough to survive, never enough to live. Time versus money. In episode 2, we talked about earning income, trading time for money. That's what most people do. You give 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, for a paycheck that disappears in 2 days. You're literally selling your body's time, your energy, your health, your youth for dollars. You can work overtime. You can grind harder. But you can only work so much before your body breaks. There's a limit to how many hours you can sell. But there's no limit to how much profit you can make. That's what separates the employee from the entrepreneur. The worker from the hustler. The one who waits for payday from the one who creates it. The origin of profit. Profit, that's the game. You get something cheap, sell it for more, and the difference in between, that's your money. Buy low, sell high. It's the oldest rule in the book. It's how Wall Street operates. And it's how the streets operate too. Whether it's sneakers, stocks, or snacks, the concept doesn't change. The story of Will. Let me tell you about a kid named Will. Will grew up with nothing. No silver spoon. No trust fund. Just survival instincts. His mom worked double shifts. His dad was gone. So Will learned early. If he wanted something, he had to get it himself. It started small. A bag of candy from the corner store. He'd steal it, then resell it to kids at school for $1. Yeah, it was wrong. But even at 8 years old, Will understood one thing: buy low, sell high. He didn't know it yet, but he was learning economic street style. Until one day, the store owner caught him, dragged him by the arm, called his mom. It was a scene. The embarrassment burned into his memory. That day, Will learned another lesson. You can't build wealth from theft. It doesn't last. It costs your reputation. He promised himself, never again. From candy to cards. A few years later, Will found a new hustle. Baseball cards. He'd buy them from kids who didn't know their worth, then flip them for profit at weekend fairs. Sometimes he'd make $5, sometimes $50. But the thrill wasn't the cash, it was the knowledge. He was learning supply and demand, market value, and patience. Will realized the game isn't just about money. It's about value. If you can find value where others don't, you can win anywhere. The firecracker hustle. Then came summer. The 4th of July was coming up, and everyone wanted fireworks. Will met a guy, a plug who could get him boxes of firecrackers for cheap. Will didn't think twice. He bought low. He sold high. He made hundreds. That was his first taste of real profit. He wasn't just working anymore, he was flipping. He started realizing money comes to those who can solve demand with supply. The darker side of hustling. But see, profit doesn't care where it comes from, good or bad. It's the person behind it that decides the line. When Will was 17, someone offered him cheap stolen cigarettes. He saw opportunity. He bought a few cartons, flipped them, and made double. No morals, no taxes, just profit. But he didn't realize he was building a mindset of easy money. And easy money always comes with hard lessons. The fall. By 20, Will leveled up. From cigarettes to weed. From grams to ounces to pounds. He was making real money now. Cash stacks, jewelry, parties. He felt untouchable. But the game always collects its debt. One night, a deal went sideways. Police raid. Prison time. He sat in that cold cell, staring at the wall, thinking about every decision that led him there. And that's when it hit him. All those years, he was learning about money the wrong way. The turning point. In prison, you got two choices. Waste time or use it. Will chose the second. He started reading Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Think and Grow Rich, The Millionaire Next Door. He realized something powerful. The streets and Wall Street ain't that different. Both are systems. Both are games. But only one has rules that keep you free. He started to understand real assets and liabilities. He saw how he used to treat liabilities as trophies. Cars, clothes, jewelry, things that took money out of his pocket. He decided that when he got out, he'd only focus on assets, things that put money in. That moment was the rebirth. The death of the street hustler. The birth of the street financier. The rebuild. When Will got out, he didn't chase fast money. He built slow money, steady, smart, scalable. He started flipping sneakers again, but this time, legit. He built a Shopify store, used social media, learned ads. He reinvested every dollar into assets, equipment, knowledge, digital skills. He turned what he once used for survival into a system of freedom. The same street lessons, supply and demand, reading people, negotiation, risk, were now his weapons in business. He realized your past doesn't disqualify you. It educates you. The message: everybody learns about money differently. Some learn it from school. Some learn it from the streets. But in the end, money itself is neutral. It's just energy. It flows to whoever understands it best. If you respect it, it multiplies. If you chase it blindly, it disappears. What matters most is what you become while learning about it. Will used to think money was power. Now he knows wisdom is power. Money just follows it. The closing message. So, how do we learn about money? We learn by watching, by failing, by living. Some lessons cost time. Some cost freedom. But the real ones, the ones that last, are paid in experience. The question isn't how much money can you make? It's what kind of person do you become to make it? Because wealth isn't just numbers. It's choices. It's freedom. It's peace. At the end of the day, money doesn't change who you are. It reveals who you are. Street finance. The game is the same. The rules just change.
Subscribe now.